Are you feeling burned out or stuck on autopilot or uninspired in your leadership role? If so, consider that there is a skill that you are missing from your leadership toolbox. If you've ever felt like you're just going through the motions at work, making decisions and ticking off checklists without truly understanding your own motivations, developing the capacity for self-reflection could be the cornerstone for a whole new sense of empowerment and aliveness in your career. There is a profound power in pausing, reflecting, and gaining deeper insights into your actions and decisions. Many leaders struggle with finding the space for meaningful self-reflection in their busy schedules. But what if I told you that making time for self-reflection could be the missing piece to really achieving your full potential as a leader? In this video, we'll explore why self-reflection is essential for effective leadership and how it can transform the way that you lead, bringing clarity and purpose and renewed energy to your professional life. Self-reflection is a skill. It's a specific type of thinking and inquiring with its own challenges and things that people bump up against when they're trying to do it. And when I say that, I mean reflection, the same as a mirror reflects something back on you. Self-reflective conversations are literally about taking a cold, hard look in the mirror. Self-reflection is a useful skill, and it's a crucial one for leaders to develop. However, engaging in reflective work and reflective conversations has a very different tone, a different space and energy compared to most of the conversations you might have in your business or profession throughout the day. So many discussions in business are about decisions that need to be made, or problems that need to be solved, or checklists to go through. There's like a utilitarian quality to them, like a pushing through that often overlooks people's human experiences. Shifting into a self-reflective conversation really requires a shift in gears. One of the specific challenges of engaging in self-reflection is that there are no right or wrong answers. And this can be really hard for people because in traditional education and growing up, there's always been a right way to do things. Even in creative endeavors, there's often a correct answer or correct method. And when you're doing self-reflection, you're going inside, looking at yourself, holding up the mirror and asking what's real and true for you. And if you don't do a lot of looking inside, or if you don't like what you see, you might resist staying there and looking long enough to see something that's useful and to put your thoughts into words. Another challenge is that people often don't have a vocabulary for expressing what they see when they look inside. If you're seeing emotions or experiences that you don't have a lot of words for, it can be hard, even impossible, to speak about them. Research by Lisa Barrett Feldman and work by Brene Brown suggests that people with a more robust vocabulary for emotions tend to have a higher level of resilience and prowess in processing challenging situations and difficult emotions. When you have the words to describe your feelings and to really talk about your experiences, it becomes possible to process and communicate them. Working with a coach or other professional can help you to learn new vocabulary to capture experiences you've never had language for before. Like toggling between the language of what I want versus what I'm committed to. It's a simple distinction, yet powerful. Or using more nuanced emotion words like delighted or revolting or agitated or longing. Self-reflection also requires a level of honesty and vulnerability that can be uncomfortable. Confronting your shortcomings or areas needing improvement takes courage. It's also not just about identifying problems. Lots of self-reflection is about recognizing your strengths and achievements, which many people also find challenging. Self-reflection is a continuous process. It's not a one-time activity, but an ongoing practice and a skill set that evolves with you. Regular check-ins with yourself help you assess where you are, what you've learned, and how you can continue to grow. One of the challenges of self-reflection is that it is an inherently slow process because it's all about slowing down. In real transformation and real meaningful growth, there are no silver bullets. And if anyone is promising you quick fixes when it comes to behavioral change, run the other way. You cannot and should not rush the process of reflection. In this day and age, people have little tolerance for non-instantaneous results, but true self-reflection requires patience and time. It's about slowing down to speed up, allowing yourself the space to think deeply and understand your actions before making impactful changes. I had a client the other day who came into our call after she had been in a couple hours of back-to-back meetings, and she raced into our session. She'd had, just a busy schedule, having her move at a mental pace that was in stark contrast to the reflective conversations that we were about to have. Her previous meetings were all outward focused, right? Decisions about projects and people and logistics. And when we started our conversation, she literally said, wait, I need to downshift for a second. I always forget that this type of conversation is different. And this is why I'll often start a coaching conversation with a brief closed eye meditation or some intentional breathing, or even a simple, right now I feel, and have them name whatever emotions are present. The benefits of self-reflection are numerous. It helps you make better decisions because you understand your motivations and biases better. It improves relationships as you become more aware of how your actions affect others. It can also reduce stress and anxiety by giving you a clearer understanding of your thoughts and feelings. Next, self-reflection is crucial for behavior change. Habits consist of automatic thoughts and feelings and body sensations and behaviors and actions that usually live just below the surface of our awareness. By stopping and really observing ourselves, we can become aware of what's happening at the moment we take an action that we're not committed to. Reflecting on this allows us to see more deeply what's going on, which allows us to interrupt those automatic behaviors. This is key to breaking unproductive patterns, whether in communication or relationships or finances, and of course your health and wellness. Neuroscience supports this process. When you slow down and reflect, the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for decision making and self-control, becomes more active. This helps you override the automatic responses generated by the more primitive parts of the brain, like the amygdala. Reflection can literally change neural pathways over time, making it easier to adopt new, more productive behaviors. For further exploration, I recommend reading Emotional Agility by Susan David and Atomic Habits by James Clear. Also, check out the Unlocking Us podcast by Brené Brown, which dives into these types of topics of self-awareness and personal growth. So, the next time you find a quiet moment, take the opportunity to look inward. Ask yourself questions. Be honest about what you see and explore without judgment. Through this process, we become more self-aware, empathetic, and ultimately more effective leaders. Thanks for tuning in today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.